All right, yo, freaking gosh darn day 70 something. Do not remember. What I do remember is that it is flippin' back day. So, back, uh, love rows, love cable rows, love lap pull downs, uh, you know, all the basics. No point over complicating any of this shit too much, at least in terms of the training. Uh, you just go hard. You can do whatever kind of workouts you like. 10-ish sets per body part. Boom. You're going to be pumped. As long as you move some weight, you're going to grow. So, feeling pretty hyped right now. Fucking excited to get in there. I think I'm going to change it up this time. Usually I start with barbell rows. But I think I'm getting a little bit tired of them. Not like in general, but just like right now, I've been doing a lot of them. So I think I'll start off with some heavy ass hammer strength row. There's a hammer strength row machine. Obviously you'll see which one it is, but you know, you sit down, you grab them, whatever. I'm sure if you've been to a gym, you can imagine. But yeah, I'll probably sit there for a few sets, throw some weight around. That'll be like the, you know, opening starter movement. Because when you're rowing, you hit a pretty good portion of the back. You get your lats, traps, little rhomboids, whatever. Just the whole thing. And then I'll transition to some more cable stuff with pull downs. Maybe some cable rows. Yeah. And, shit, nothing else to say. So let's just get in there, goddammit. I'm gonna set the stage for the goddamn pump check. There we go. So how's it looking through the shirt? Whew. Feels pretty fucking wide. That's a good sign. That shirt's gonna be a bitch to get back on because it's so fucking wet. But, whatever. Oop. There we go. That's pretty freaking wide, goddammit. Oh. All right. So yeah, nothing much else to say. You know, back day is probably my most straightforward lift out of them all. Just because all it is fucking pulling a lot of weight in a variety of manners, you know, rows, pull downs, pullovers, but Jesus, you know, certainly works. So I'm gonna try to fucking put this shirt on without ripping it. Then do some calves, get in the car. So if you're a beginner lifter, one thing that's kind of fun, you're definitely gonna want to wear oversized clothes right? You're gonna want to get a hold of some extra larges, maybe even some 2 extra larges, right? Because it's fun to wear a shirt that used to be like big and baggy on you, and then now it's freaking skin tight, you know. I'll find a picture of me when I was younger in this shirt, because I've had this for a long time. Should be a pretty jarring difference. So I can finish up calves and then we can get out of here. Blah, 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 blah. I got a different kind of protein, and it tastes awful. So let's just slam this shake before I have enough time to think about it. The dextrose as well, you know the drill. Oh man. Yeah. Oh. So, as I'm sure you're aware, protein powder is going to be hit or miss. Hit or miss in terms of the taste, you know? Ugh. It's like, sometimes shit tastes good, you know? It's just like neutral flavor, whatever, not too funky, not too weird. Oh. Sometimes tastes like freaking chemicals. Either way, I'm a huge protein powder advocate. I probably get a solid amount of protein from protein powder. You know, at the end of the day, it is fucking protein. I would not recommend only doing protein powder. Certainly not. You want to get a wide variety of amino acids from different protein sources. You know, meats, chickens, fish. I haven't had fish for a while, actually. I'd say, yeah, I probably like beef, turkey. What else? Eggs. Big egg fan. I don't know. My diet gets a little bit more basic when I'm trying to gain weight, right? When I'm trying to bulk up. Because if you're trying to gain weight, you know, what's most important is not necessarily your choice of foods. It's just the bulk of foods that you can get into your freaking system, you know? So when I'm bulking, I'm just like, I'll just sit down with a little thing of peanut butter or something, slather it on some tortillas, just snack on that. You know, weigh the peanut butter before I eat out of it, and then weigh it at the end so I know how much I ate. Just like, pretty much force feeding. That's how this shit works. But when I'm dieting, you know, and you have a limited amount of calories for the day, that's when I'll sort of, what would the word be? Not summon. Whatever. That's when I'll sort of embody my inner Ramsay. That's where I get a little bit more creative with my cooking. Because I, you know, want to eat stuff that tastes good, not just eat stuff that's easy to eat a lot of. So I think I'm gonna stop at Cane's. It's been a while. Certainly a waste of money. I mean, if you're bulking, you're gonna want to just buy your food at the grocery store, of course, all in bulk, rice, whatever. But this is more of a tasty treat for myself after a back day. So I'll be back in a moment. There we go. Caniac acquired. So, like I was saying, you know, if you're actually trying to bulk up, unless you're putting on excessive amounts of body fat, in which, you know, you're eating too much food for how much you can handle, then, you know, I don't mind eating what would be simply described as like dirty food, like dirty bulking sugars and sweets and fried foods and whatever. You know, it's all fuel, man. So as long as you can allocate it efficiently and you train hard, you do your cardio, you're actually gaining muscle, you're not going to get too soft. And that's one thing too. If you're not training, if I did not lift any weights at all, and I just was as sedentary as the average dude, you walk around, you maybe you have to walk to class or something, then you just come home, sit at your desk all day, and I ate as much food as I've been eating for the past while, dude, I'd be so fucking fat. But guess what? Used all that food as all that food as fuel for the training. Build some freaking lean tissue. So that's a plus as well. So, speaking of that, in terms of bulking and cutting, people kind of get I wouldn't even call it a misconception. Like they have some logic, but what I see a lot is people stay the same in the gym all the time, right? I'm sure you've heard people say like, "Oh man, I don't know whether I should bulk or whether I should cut right now. It's gonna be summer soon. Maybe I should cut. I don't want to bulk. I'll maintain whatever." Come on, man. You're just gonna stay the same forever. I definitely think there's some legitimacy to like slowly putting on muscle over time. But again, I think there's also some legitimacy to doing like a proper bulk and then a dieting phase afterwards. So if you're making progress and you're eating all your protein and you're you look good, you're growing, hey man, don't change it up for me. You're good. But if you're just in limbo, you don't know what to do, whether or not you should cut or bulk, you got to really be able to just look at your situation. Let's say we'll just make it simple. If you're a beginner lifter, like you just started watching a bunch of dudes, whatever, your buddies are getting into the gym now, and you feel like you're maybe 20% body fat, like you got some pudge on you, or maybe like you got a little bit of excess. I wouldn't necessarily think that it's going to be a great move for you to just jump straight into a hardcore dieting phase, right? Like you're just going to get crazy depleted. Sure, you're going to get lean, and when I say dieting phase, I mean like not just dropping to maybe 12% body fat, like a healthy range. I'm saying like if you're a new lifter and you want to be like shredded, like get some ab veins or something like that, even though you're only going to be 150 pounds, it's like, come on, what are you doing? You got to build a baseline first. So the beginner lifter, he's got to start off with just a mass gaining phase, at least just by going into the gym, starting a workout routine and making sure you eat your protein, like you hit your 200 grams of protein per day or whatever that number ends up being. You're going to gain muscle, right? But the last thing you want to do is just jump right into a cut when you've built no baseline, right? It's not cool. Why would you do that? So if you're just floating around, you don't know whether or not you should bulk or cut, you gotta, again, like I was saying, nobody wants to be bulked up during the summertime. So let me think, what month is it now? April? Yeah, shit. And if you don't want to be bulked in the summer, and you haven't started the bulk yet, you're screwed. You're screwed, man. For me, I time my my bulks and cuts have been pretty much perfect, such that I'm bulking the first 4-ish months of the year, January up until actually a little longer than that, whatever. But I'll pretty much bulk during the winter time. Then during the summer, That's when I'll be dieting. And then I'll bulk in the fall, and then I'll be lean again in the winter. So that's that's just a nice setup for me. I didn't necessarily plan it that way. It's just kind of how it ended up being. So, whatever. Now I'm just going in circles talking about this. But if you have weighed the same weight for the last year, something's wrong. Unless you're perfectly content with how you look, then hell yeah, man, you did it. You reached your goal. But if you want to gain muscle like every freaking lifter in the world, then maybe look at your training. Maybe try to go a little bit harder. Maybe try to sleep a little bit better. Maybe stop skipping the gym every so often. Maybe quit partying so much. That's definitely not going to help your gains. And maybe you should just add your freaking cardio in 30 minutes a day, like I know you're not flipping doing. You should. Totally should. I'm going to go home, eat these canes. This canes. Eat a little bit more food after that. Shower off. I'm going to bed, man. It's late. Actually, it's not late, but I'm glad that I'm saying it's late. It's only 10:30 right now. So, not so much of a deep intellectual talk in the car this time. But whatever. I'm freaking drained after that back day. So, I'll see you next time.